Sonic, the heart of your system.
I'm the awarded for Kit Guru here with Be Quiet at Computex 2019. These cases here we have seen before. However, this Alex Banks mod, it's his Fortnite build. That's really nifty. It speaks for itself. The color, the aesthetic, that part in particular, like that a great deal. That's built into the Darkbase Pro 900 Rev 2. Nice work, Alex. And then we're going to go past these cases to power supplies, where we have System Power 9cm. This is a power supply that's cheap. It's built for system integrators. It turns out it's been also bought by end users. It has integrated cables, and the end users saying, yeah, we like it, but could we have some modular, please? So this power supply, which is not intended for end users, is becoming a product for end users, and they're going to do a version for end users. Not big news, but vaguely interesting. Then we move along, and we go to, was it Pure Power that got upgraded? Which one's got the Platinum, Straight Power 11? And we get to some what I consider to be big news. Straight Power 11 is now Platinum rated. They bumped it up from Gold to Platinum. So if you buy the Straight, it's a different platform obviously, it's got the same name, but different platform to get the extra efficiency. So if you buy a Straight Power 11 Gold, say 800 watt, and you want to get the Platinum instead, that'll cost you about another 15 euros. And the same is true, say 1,000 to 1,000. However, you also have Straight Power 11 Platinum 1200 watt. This here is the 1200 watt. Not that you can tell it from the outside, but it is. So that's a step up. 1200, big and beefy. We also have SFX Power 2 and SFX L Power, but we've seen this before. Always good to see small power supplies, but there's nothing radical going on here. Pure Base 500. That's a name that suggests it's a basic version because it's below 600 or indeed 601 or 800 or 900, and it is cheap. With the tempered glass it's 80, there's a version there without tempered glass plain panel which is 70, and there are a couple of limited editions. So the default is black, there's also a gunmetal grey there and a white the other side of this divide, which will add another 5 euros. So this here with the glass is 80. It's a nifty case. So if I take off the glass, and inside we have a conventional chassis. Power supply cover is fixed in place, but it's ventilated on the top, all looking good. You've got a Be Quiet, I think that's a Silent Wings 2 fan at the rear, but look at this point I'm going to show here. That is where you can mount a couple of SSDs. If we go to the back panel, and they have an SSD mounting panel. That thumb screw, away it comes. It means you can mount the SSDs on this face, run the cables through, and then put the panel in such that you get the whole aesthetic of the RGB SSDs. I rather like it. You've got Velcro straps there to do cable management. You've got more drive mounts here, and you've got a hard drive cage there. All good. At the front, you've got quite a sleek aluminium kind of look going on, although it's actually, I'm going to say that's plastic with aluminium skin. You've got front I/O panel in the usual style, no Type-C, but we are talking cheap. You've got mesh here. In the box, you get this stock top panel. And if we go to this gunmetal case, you can see in place the alternate panel, which also comes in the box. And I note this one has a subtle Be Quiet logo in it, which you may or may not be able to see. The plain panel does not. Don't know why they haven't done more of that Be Quiet branding actually. So that is obviously a way of helping thermals. Now, the thing is, this intake is not enormous. In fact, it's therefore relatively restricted in my mind. You could therefore have the top set to intake if you wanted. So whether you choose to have the top either intake or exhaust, or have that stock panel where it's essentially sealed off, that's entirely down to your personal preference and your build. So that's the gunmetal grey, which doesn't cost you extra 5 euros. That looks, I'm going to say okay. I'm now going to go around and see the white, and we're going to get Leo React to white. I like it. Leo reacts to white, Leo reacts well to white. So this is the highest version they've got, which is oh god, just turning it around, it's actually got a built system in it, don't do that. So that's €85 for the tempered glass in white because it's limited edition colour. I note they've got the restricted panel on the top, but then that's going to be presumably more white than the mesh. I'm liking that. I'm looking at that going, that is not a budget case. That's a mid-range case, and the fact it can accommodate a 240 rad in the roof, but it doesn't have one in this build, and it does have a 360 rad in the front. You've got a 360 rad in the front there. That is all the hardware you need for a sensible build without going totally crazy bonkers. That 500 has got a lot of promise, and I'm not seeing any obvious flaws. There are not a lot of products to see it Be Quiet, but that Pure Base 500, that's worth seeing. I think they've underestimated just how good that case is, and they're certainly underselling it. To say it's a budget design, no. That looks to me like a proper mid-range case, albeit there's nothing particularly innovative about it. It's just proper parts in the proper place. And the attention given to mounting RGB SSDs is truly welcome. Good work. And as it's Be Quiet, you're not overburdened with RGB. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the bell button. Come back to Kit Guru during the week. We've got more coming from Computex 2019. I'm Leo Woodard for Kit Guru. This is Be Quiet.